your video had stuck, I think you didn't listen me.
Yeah, yeah. Could you? Yeah, I just changed my network only. So now I think it would be fine. Yeah.
Okay. So good afternoon, Atul.
Very good afternoon, ma'am. How are
Yes.
you?
Yes, I'm doing good. And how about you? No? Yes.
Yeah, I'm. Yeah, I was. I'm also good.
Very nice, very nice. And we are meeting for the second time today, right? So again, I
Yes.
would like to have introduction of yours because maybe some new person watched this video of ours. So as I'm going to upload this on my channel, so like everybody knows about me, and you have to introduce yourself once more.
Sure, sure, sure. I'll have to do that. Yes, my name is Atul Sharma, and I'm from Delhi, and I'm a teacher. I have been working for the last 4 years, and serving as a teacher. And currently, I'm working as a English teacher in one of the institute. And as far as my education is concerned, so I have done my master's graduation from Delhi University. I have done my bachelor's, B.Ed, bachelor's in
Oh,
education. And as far as my hobbies are concerned, so I love to play cricket and do yoga and meditation. That's all about me. Thank you.
nice, very nice. Okay. So cricket, as you mentioned about cricket, now IPL is I think going to start from today, right? Or tomorrow.
I
I,
yeah, like around that only. I don't have the exact idea actually, but
okay,
I
you
love
don't
to
want.
play. Yeah,
No,
I
you.
watch, but see, a whole year we are, each and every day we have any kind of, cricket match. So if I start, appreciating them only, so what if that, then I don't have any moment to do something. So we can't be
Exactly.
all, yeah, always ready for that. Yeah, but sometime when like the World Cup there or Champion Trophy final match was there, so I was up for that, those event actually.
Okay. So today we will like in last on our last session we were not able to continue, right? We had so
Yes.
many hurdles that time, so couldn't continue our process, this conversation. So I think we should do it today, okay? So that day I was discussing about personality. Personality, how a
Hmm.
person's personality is developed. How can we call some person that he has a good personality? Because if I talk about earlier times, so in that day, if somebody used to talk about the personality in that time meant is some male person is having a good physique of his and like a good biceps and triceps, and good height, and his appearance and looks. So it depends on that, that time. But now the concept has changed widely. So if we talk about this personality, so personality, a good person, if he has a good personality, it comes from the self improvement.
Yes,
It is
that's true.
like overall, yeah, overall improvement on ourselves. Then when somebody is doing a hard work to improve himself or herself, then after that we can call that the certain person is he has a good personality because self improvement. So self improvement is the first step to develop a good personality, right? And in there many
Yeah.
things counted, not only one like from the physics and all that. There are so many things. If a person has like good physique doesn't matter a lot, but yeah, if he's able to have a good thoughts to convey some people like empathetic, you should have the empathetic feeling, there are many
Yes.
others, that all those good traits, when the person has a good traits in himself and that much that the other person wants to appreciate him or her, so, and he develops himself like he self improves himself in that manner, like the other persons are so captivated, watching him,
Yes.
and everybody wants to become that person. So, what are those
Hmm.
traits? You count them. Some.
Yeah, definitely, and definitely there are some traits like we talk about the way actually we carry ourselves. Our thoughts, our ideas, our body, the way we talk. So these all also come to when we talk about the personality. I mean, suppose because sometimes we see, like people judge you or like in a second they can judge you the way you speak. And
Yes.
I do think there are two images actually. One is your physical image or visual image, and second is your vocal image, the way you
Yes.
speak. Physically, the way you carry your body, like the, I think your, the muscles that you talk about, your
Cheers.
tricep, bicep, these also come to the picture actually. And when it come, and one of the most important is your vocal image, the way you speak. I mean, is there some, like we know that the people talk, everyone have their own way of talking, and it also reflects your attitude, your
Yes. Yes.
character from inside. So I think that also comes with the, that when we talk about the personality. And it is not just one thing, that as you mentioned, that it's not about earlier, it has as it used to be earlier. And I do think that it is also today, that so many people out there, or maybe the girls, or I don't know, but they do bother about these things. And
Yeah.
but yeah, that that's not everything actually. There are so many other important things. And one of the most important thing, that having a beautiful, that feeling, or having a beautiful attitude, character in your
Yes.
self, because that's actually ultimately, because inner beauty is more important than outer beauty.
Exactly.
So I think that's going to make a big change,
Yeah.
in terms of personality.
Some person has a good personality, it means that he should be empathetic towards others. He should listen, he should be able to listen to the problems and needs of the other person. Suppose the person is a, as I mentioned earlier also, some person is an IS officer. Okay. And if he slaps somebody means some of his colleagues or some of his friends, and he abuses at times. So it doesn't mean that he has a good personality. Though his appearance matters a lot, he looks very,
Yes, yes, yeah.
has a good physique, and in appearance he is quite smart and all that. But his conduct is not good. So we can't call him like being he's not, though he's educated, we can't call him that he's educated and he has a good personality because his conduct is not that good. Right? So
Yes.
for that, the person should be so empathetic to listen to his colleagues, give full ears to everybody, listen to them carefully, what the other person demands, what are his needs, so all that.
Mm.
And should be like in a difficult situation, that person is very able to bounce back to the normal. Right.
Mm.
That ability a person should have, not to linger on that
Definitely.
negative thought and like he should be able to bounce back. He should be able to be resilient, I mean to say. Yeah. And
Mm-hmm.
honest in all his,
Definitely.
he should be like honest in all his work. Whatever work he's doing, he should be very honest with that. So there are many
Mm-hmm.
qualities. All together, it makes a person that somebody calls that person is having a good personality. So it's
Mm-hmm.
most many things
Exactly.
include. So many things
Exactly.
include. Yeah,
Yes, exactly. It's not just a couple of things that we actually figure out, and
yeah,
it also very individual to individual actually. Some people bother the most thing, like as you said, your physique and everything. Some people more talk about the intellectuality. Like for them, that inner beauty, that or the inner intellectualness, that is more important than anything else. So they go for that. But ultimately, I personally feel that if you are inside, from inside you are pure, you have a clarity of thoughts and idea that make you way more different than others, and you are, I think that's the best thing about that would be the best person with good personality actually.
yeah. And you mentioned, no, right now you mentioned like the appearance also matters. Yeah, it does matter. Somebody is shabbily dressed, and he is an IAS officer, and he is like good personality he has, but he is shabbily dressed. I think, but nobody will be shabbily dressed if he is an officer or someone like that. But
Definitely, definitely.
there are some villagers that are not concerned about their appearances. But for that person,
Mhm.
it means a lot. He should be smartly dressed, to
That's exactly. I mean, because our dressing sense also shows that I mean, what kind of person we are. I mean, dressing sense not only. I mean, the way you carry your body, like whether with your cloth. I mean, some people are having wearing earrings like that. Even boys, some are like. So it's
yes,
all about like the way, or having wearing caps and hip hop, like so many other things. So it shows the kind of personality, the kind of I will say I want the background as well, but yeah, the way they have been carrying themselves from a very long time, because that actually, and it is not just takes very few days to build this kind of personality. I think the way we have been exposing ourselves, the kind of background we are having in terms of our friendship and other, it also shows the kind of personality you are having. So if I personally feel, if you have, good personality, I mean, the way we talked about right now, like with genuine character and intellectual and all. So it means that the kind of people you are in your life, they're also in that way actually, because as I told you, attracts like attracts only.
Yeah.
So I mean, we attract what we actually like. So that's so that's why we also have the kind of surrounding, or we love to be in that like-minded people, those who are like us, and we become that only. And that's very important, that we that's why we emphasize a lot that we should have a good bunch of friends, a good circle, that we always learn good things from that.
Yes. And you
Yeah.
should have good friends. Like whatever friends you have, your circle should be a, though it's a limited one. Sorry, though it's a limited one, but yet your friend should be a good and genuine friend you should have. Not every
Yes.
kind of, like, have a huge cluster of friends, and like some all are not good, you know. So some have
Yes.
those
Yes.
bad things also. So you should, though you have a limited friend, they should be good, you know, because as you mentioned, no, that law of attraction, it definitely attracts, you know. If we are positive with our thoughts, we are positive, that same kind of energy comes into your body, you know. If always you are with a negative thing, you have some negative aura of yours, negative aura of yours, so that will definitely affect you in the long run, right? So a person
Yes.
should be, yeah, every time he should be having like good thoughts. And
Hmm. I mean, the way we see, like the way we see anything, it's called something, and we find out something, and our mind start, thinking or behaving that way only. The same way, if personally also, if we try to interact with the kind of people whom we say sometime in our like nonsense or like stupid thing, they are just talking rubbish and all. So if we just sound ourselves, so their thoughts or the kind of, because the thing is that in a human mind take, what we tell it, what we hear, uh,
yes,
because what we start visualizing actually. So because, and that is also the very beauty of mind actually. What we read over here now, we start visualizing also. And if it's also negative, then we start visualizing that way also.
yes,
So
of
I
course,
think that's why, yeah. So that's very important that we hear and speak only what we are supposed to, or what we should actually, because that gives us the good visualization and can ultimately create our life, or that can figure out our destiny actually. So that's why it's become very important that have a good it may be the limited, but make a sure that you have a good bunch of circle around you, and
right.
that's very important actually.
So do
And
you think, sorry, yes,
yeah,
continue.
and to be honest, like when I if I talk about my college life, still I am having very limited friend, or like a few friend only. So I mean, and in college, I have been from a regular college, so I just kept myself, aside from a lot of people actually, or maybe because because we all are humans actually, and we do have the temptation or we go for the gratification. So I just try to just kept myself away from kind of people, because although they attract us, also like we want to also enjoy and like do anything like that, but I just always try to keep myself away from these kind of people. And because consciously I used to tell my body, myself actually, that no, that's not a, I don't want to be like them, or I don't want to go in that way actually. So
Yes,
for just
exactly.
as per my need only I went with them, otherwise I just kept myself aside. Yeah.
Yeah, good, good. Yeah. So, like we were talking now on, like we were talking, discussing about personality. So, have you seen in your life? I think it's very difficult to see such kind of people who have all the good traits in their character. You know, it's very difficult to find these days, actually.
Yeah,
Right?
literally there's a dearth of this kind of character.
Yeah, yeah. Because there is somebody has like eight good qualities, maybe a person has two bad qualities also. You know,
Definitely.
they are, yeah, but it's very difficult to find somebody like having all those good traits in himself, you know. It's very difficult actually these days, you know. See, people are so
Definitely.
stressed out. Sometimes they become so easily angry because they are so stressed out. You know, then you know sometimes it happens that you're not able to control your anger, and you and you like show to somebody else. I mean to say, we can't keep ourselves with everything good traits. It's very difficult.
Definitely, that's why I said, na, we all are humans. To err is human, but it is
Yes,
very important that we embrace, our I mean, we need to also accept our mistakes, and we need to work that. We need to work on that kind of thing. And
yeah, very,
unless if you don't, yeah, if you don't work, actually, that time you are a loser. But if you start working on that, that's the called human being actually, because we all do commit mistake and learn through our mistakes only. So unless we don't commit mistake, what is I mean, I don't think that that person will be human. So, and but it is very important, and we need to understand that what wrong I have, because literally speaking, I have done so many things. I mean, you talk about resilient actually. So I do sometime, I do sometime lose my temper, like so. But later on, I just realize, oh, that I spoke this way, that way, and I think I shouldn't be like that. So, but I just try to work on myself. It might be that next time also, but we all humans, and I just try to tell myself, okay, next time I won't do that. Somehow I just try to control. Next time I'm a bit, maybe I wasn't that much harsh. So
yeah,
this is the way actually. It is the initial. I mean, I say it's a gradual process. Eventually you start building your confidence, you make yourself resilient in that way. So
yes,
yeah, that's called, I mean, the kind of experience get through your own journey, and it's all about how conscious you are about yourself as well. So that's
yes,
also very important.
yeah. You very well said that your self improvement is very necessary, right? Whatever
Definitely.
flaws we have to work on that. To
Exactly.
call ourselves like a good personality. I'm a kind of a person who has a good personality. Only then only I'll be called when I improve myself. After that only. Improve myself
Def-
on not only on one aspect, there are so many negative aspects also. So when work on that and to able to be called like person of a good personality, right?
Definitely.
Yes. So Atul,
Yeah, I
yeah.
mean, yeah, yeah.
Yes, 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 yes.
I was saying that literally, like, it's not I mean, couple of things only that come into the picture when we talk about personality. There are a lot of things. And uh, it is also true that somewhere, like, we are very good at in those couple of aspects, but on other aspect we literally need to work upon ourselves. So
Right,
I'll say that as a person we need to figure out what are our, that loopholes, that where we are lagging behind, and we need to literally address them, because I mean, later on they are going to somewhere other going to affect us, maybe in our personal or professional life. So that's very important. Like, sometimes we are impatient also, like,
yes.
we don't
We
have patience, and that's
have
a
very
very like,
yeah, we lose
yeah,
our temper at times.
yes,
Yeah,
I'm,
you know,
and
these things should be checked on time.
definitely, because they need to be given due importance actually. That but we people sometimes we don't bother that. That's also happening. Sometimes when we are in kind of like session where these things are emphasized, okay, this is not true, this is not good, and all like that. Then we start paying heed to this. Otherwise, we don't care like what is all happening. I mean, and
Right.
even people don't love to hear these things also, like, but we actually need to figure out, self analysis. And what I feel like, self worth, self care is most important thing, no
Yes.
matter what others are saying. But when you start, when you start underestimating yourself, or you just don't bother yourself, so I think that time you just start killing yourself, your own beauty, your own, talent. So that's very important.
Absolutely right. And you spoke very well. Whatever you said, it meant a lot, right? Okay, yeah, Ratul, it's time for me to have another session. Like, yeah.